On this week's show, big late season matchups for Liberty Spring Sports and the story of a softball speedster.
Plus, meet the man that supplies the energy for the Liberty defensive backs and watch football take part in a competition unlike anything you've ever seen. Flame Central is next.
Let's go! We are coming down the home stretch of the spring athletic season, and we're here for all of it. Welcome into Flame Central alongside America's favorite Canadian Rhett McGibbon. I'm Matt Warren.
Yeah, the calendar is about to turn to May, and that means every single conference series is hugely important. And every non-conference showdown is an opportunity to improve your resume. Liberty softball had a huge opportunity earlier this week.
Yeah, the Lady Flames welcomed in number 6 Clemson to Lynchburg. Remember, Dot Richardson's squad took down number 13 Alabama just a week prior. Could they do it again against another top 25 team? Well, I'll say this. If you're going to knock off a top 10 team, usually this isn't the start that you would envision.
That's right.
In the top of the first, Clemson's Maddie Moore drives in a pair of runs with a double to right center field, and Liberty fell behind before they could even get their first at-bat. Not a lot of scoring throughout most of this contest. It was 2-1 in the 6th when Clemson strikes again. Alia Logaleo with the 2 RBI single, and at that time, that seemed like the knockout blow. It was 4-1 Tigers. But hold on. In the bottom of the 7th, a rally begins thanks in part to All-American Valerie Cagle's struggles to throw a strike. She walked in 2 runs, making it a 4-3 game and setting up Rachel Crane to be a hero. Crane with a walk-off 2-run single, and Liberty pulls off an incredible comeback with a 4-run 7th inning, knocking off the 6th-ranked team in the nation. What a win for the Lady Flames. Well, while that contest doesn't affect the ASUN standings, Liberty softball does have some work to do before the ASUN tournament begins. The Lady Flames find themselves in 2nd place heading into the weekend, losing 2 of 3 to Central Arkansas last weekend. It's going to make it tough for LU to win the regular season title, but finishing in 2nd, still very much in play.
Yeah, this Liberty softball team has been different than in years past, and one of those key differences, speed. And new addition KK Madrey has plenty of it. Coming to Liberty has allowed her to unleash that speed on the base pass and play with a newfound freedom. In short, Liberty has been the perfect fit for this elite athlete.
When you see speed, you can't teach speed.
Liberty outfielder KK Madrey is downright dangerous on the base paths.
There's a bunch in front of the plate. Close play up first, not in time.
Speed is something that puts a lot of pressure on the defense. And KK is fast. Like a 2.5 to first base, which is fast.
Base hit to left, rounding third, heading home is Fortner, and she's in, and also Madrey is in at second base, so it's a 3-0 Liberty.
Growing up in Noonan, Georgia is where KK developed and honed her speed. It was there that she played multiple sports, but believed only one would catapult her into the college ranks.
I was pretty good at everything. I was like, softball's probably gonna be my best bet, so I took that a lot more serious.
College coaches took notice, and scholarship opportunities started rolling in. One of the first offers came when KK was just in the 6th grade.
Georgia, they tried to offer me like full ride, like back then. It's like, you don't even know what I'm gonna be like in a few years, if I'm even gonna play, but.
While the offers were nice, KK's dream school was LSU.
I wanted to go to LSU like really bad, so once they finally took interest in me in 9th grade, I was like, that's a done deal. I wanted to go somewhere different, and Baton Rouge in Louisiana is definitely different, and they got good food. That's a big part I'd like to eat. Everyone was pretty friendly. They'd come up to me and say, like, hey, are you playing on the softball team? I'm like, yeah, and then we'd start a conversation about that.
Off the field, KK was adjusting to life at LSU, but on the field, opportunities were scarce. She wasn't a starter, and the playing time was limited.
I had no problem not starting, but I didn't feel like I was going to be able to get better because like I need to get reps. If I'm not good enough to like play out on the thing, then I need to be out there trying to get better as well.
When KK got on the transfer portal, without hesitation, gave her a call. And I wanted to get to know her. And as I talked to her and her parents, just an amazing family. The other thing is I know that her relationship with the Lord was just growing. And her being here, KK wanted to hear more and learn more. And I know that KK felt I didn't have much opportunity in my freshman year. But now I'm here and I'm getting a lot of opportunity. And she felt that she was not performing like she could. That is something you're going to go through when you're trying to prove yourself so much. And for us, it's like, hey, KK, we love you. No matter what, whether you start or don't start, whether you play or you don't play, we care about you. How do we get to know what her mindset is in order to free her up? And that kid right now, woof, KK is like on fire. And she's growing and learning. And we're helping her develop her skills. But I tell you, a lot has to come is who is she playing for, right? When you're playing for the Lord, it's a whole different story.
The leg went out again, and she does again.
I'd say I know God's got me at the end of the day. So if you do that, then you can just go out and play with that freedom and knowing whatever happens, happens. It was meant to be. He wanted it to be that way. Maybe he wanted me to strike out so I can have the mental toughness to be like, okay, it's good. And the next at bat, I go and hit a home run to win the game.
Just to see her growth, both on and off the field, has been spectacular.
But it was kind of blessing in disguise. Like, this ended up being the perfect place for me.
Well, right, you know what they say, speed never takes a day off, right? She hasn't. She's been electric since she got here to Liberty.
Yeah, this young lady, early in the season, her average around that 200 mark. If you had asked me now, would she be leading the team in average? I probably would have said no, but Coach Dott's talking about her growth through the year. You've seen that in the numbers as well. She has come on strong for the Flames and is one of those key cogs in the lineup for this group.
And Liberty seems to be finding that sweet spot of folks go to Power 5 schools. Maybe it doesn't work out quite the way they thought. They come to Liberty and they just excel. And she's yet another athlete that has done that.
Yeah, 100%.
All right, well, softball not the only squad with a top 25 opponent this week. Baseball took the short trip to Charlottesville, Virginia, where they would meet the 13th ranked Cavaliers. Now, UVA won the first matchup between the two this year, beating Liberty 4-1 in Lynchburg. But here it was Liberty jumping in front. Gray Betts, a single in the fourth, made it 1-0 Flames. Betts with a couple of hits, couple of RBIs on the night. The play of the night, though, coming in left field. Kane Kepley, check this out. Going back, getting to that miniature wall, rising up and taking away a home run from Ethan Anderson. Robbery from Kane Kepley. Great play from the freshman. It was 2-0 Liberty in the sixth when Cam Foster would help them double that lead. A 2 RBI single. He's been swinging it well of late. And the Flames were up 4-0 over the 13th ranked Cavaliers. But unfortunately for LU, the bullpen would hit a wall in this one. Walks a big reason for a 5-run seventh inning for UVA. And the Cavaliers storm back in the late innings to secure the win and the season sweep. They take it by the final of 7-4. Again, this game not affecting the A-Sun standings, but the Flames only have 4 conference series remaining to make sure they finish inside the top 8. Only 8 of the 14 teams reached the postseason. Liberty tied for 6th at the beginning of the week. The Flames looking for a hot streak to finish out this regular season.
Yeah, it's been an up and down season for Liberty. They've been hovering around 500 for a couple of weeks now, but the message from head coach Scott Jackson has remained the same. Keep working and keep believing that it will pay off in the end. A message he explained on this week's Flame Central podcast powered by Alcova Mortgage.
You have to just keep showing up and you just have to keep putting the work in. And there's a difference when you're not talented enough and you look over there and there's, other teams have better players than you do. But then when you look up and down our roster, it's like, guys, we haven't performed consistently over a span of time that allows us to feel like we're in a good spot. You have a lot of guys that think the best is yet to come. I'll leave it at that, and we've stole that from John Gordon, and I just love that, approach and that philosophy. That there's two things that come to mind. John Gordon, I love that, because it's the best is yet to come. Think how good it's going to feel. And then there's the Tony Bennett side of it, where can we get to a place we never would have gotten to without the adversity that we have experienced during the year? And so the optimism is there, and I think that's, if you're not approaching it that way, then why show up? And so that's kind of where we are and where we're going.
If you want to hear that entire conversation with Coach Jackson, check out this week's Flames Central podcast powered by Alcova Mortgage. In addition to baseball talk, Matt and Joe Yock discuss the recent activity in the transfer portal for Liberty football, as well as name their dream commencement speakers. You can find the podcast in all the usual podcast places or watch it on the Liberty Flames YouTube channel. And the only thing better than listening to the podcast is being a part of it. You can send your questions about Liberty Athletics or about anything really to flamecentral@liberty.edu. The best mailbag questions each week will win a special edition Flame Central podcast mug. So send in your questions and join the show today.
Got to get one of those mugs. All right, let's talk some lacrosse. The Lady Flames celebrated Senior Day against Lindenwood this past weekend, and they celebrated often during the game as well. Lizzie Ferguson with a program record 18 draw control wins in this contest, while also scoring a career-high 6 goals. Cami Merkel would add 4 goals, and Liberty would score 22 in all as they cruise past Lindenwood 22-8. The win secures at least a share of the ASUN title for the Lady Flames. It's the first time in program history they can make that claim.
Hey, let's head over to tennis. Both the men's and women's teams battling in the ASUN Championship this past weekend. The men had won the ASUN title each of the past 2 seasons, but against host North Florida in the semifinals, they wouldn't be able to get the job done, falling 4-0. As for the women, a similar story. They too faced North Florida in the semis, and they too fell by a score of 4-0. Both Liberty teams coming up 1 win short of an ASUN Championship finals appearance.
Liberty basketball announcing some additions to the roster this week. 3 new players have signed for next season. The veteran of the group, guard Caden Matheny, transfers to LU from Bowling Green, where he was a double-digit scorer and a proficient three-point shooter. He should provide LU with a much-needed ball handler to team with Colin Porter. The Flames also scored another transfer, Xander Yates, 6'7" forward who spent the past 2 seasons with Creighton. He appeared in just 11 games last year. And then finally, out of the high school ranks, Jalen Davis from Kentucky chose LU. A lanky 6'5" guard joins what has turned out to be a really solid recruiting class. All right, coming up, Liberty Golf playing for a conference title, and we introduce you to Liberty's energetic new defensive backs coach.
Plus, we reveal the top LU athletes of the week in a spicy new Warm, Hot, and Fuego. That's all when Flame Central returns.
So you're looking for a university that's perfect for you, a school that has anything you could possibly need.
Anything?
You want a place that has the programs you want to study, and maybe a few more, just in case you change your mind.
I think I'm going to sign up for the fashion design program.
All right. A place with state-of-the-art facilities. I mean, look at this campus.
And who doesn't love big-time sports?
And great recreational activities.
Okay, now we're on a roll. Somewhere you can hike, slide, strike, shoot, climb, eat, and most importantly, eat. You want a place that takes you to space? Okay, maybe not, but we can teach you how to fly, or pastor a church, or run a business. And all that with a great view? Yeah, I think I know a place.
Welcome to Liberty University's online programs, where living out your calling with integrity is what you train to do. And getting ready for the future doesn't mean missing out on the now. Because a university is more than buildings and books, and an education should set you free, not fence you in. Welcome to Liberty's global campus, where distance learning was pioneered and evolved into one of the top-ranked schools in the nation. Where protecting your budget, your time, and your education isn't just a theory, it's our priority. Here, degrees in your field reflect industry demands and help you get ahead of the competition. Where college comes to you, but you can come to college too. Game day, homecoming, graduation day. Your school, your values, your experience, your choice. Welcome to Liberty University. where we train champions for Christ.
You know, as throughout my public career, we've had a bias toward hiring Liberty University graduates because for me, I believe in character hiring. We look for men and women of integrity who can come into our organization, whether it's our time at the White House or when I was governor or when I was in the Congress. And I truly do believe that one of the great things about Liberty University is it's training leaders, whether they will go and serve in government, whether they will go and serve in our military, whether they'll lead in business or in education or any whole range of professional occupations. For me, having men and women of integrity in public life is a hope of the nation. And when men and women of integrity rise into leaders of position, God blesses America. And my hope is that we'll see this rising generation here at Liberty University answer the call to serve.
Hey there, friends. Welcome back to the show. You know, Liberty Golf has a rich tradition of winning. Prior to this season, they'd made 6 straight NCAA regionals and were looking to make it 7 if they could claim an ASUN championship this week. And that's exactly what they did. The Flames would use a record-setting second round to secure their second ever ASUN title. Liberty shot an ASUN and program record 27 under par in their second round, led by Jonathan Yon, who would end up claiming medalist honors. The Flames are ASUN champs and headed back to the NCAA regionals once again.
Congrats to Liberty Golf. Well, hey, I don't know about you, but we here at Flame Central really enjoyed covering Liberty football this spring. The new coaching staff, they brought a fresh feeling of excitement and energy. And even though spring ball may be over, we're not done introducing them to you just yet. And speaking of energy, you're about to see that's exactly what defensive backs coach Dino Waites brings every time he takes the field.
Say go. Good. Be tough, man. Be great right here. Let's go. Tough, 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 tough.
I could tell like the Lord had kind of directed my path straight into coaching, got an opportunity to impact players.
But you really want to focus on what hand? How many hands? One hand, off hand down, because I don't want you to lock out your hips, man. I want to be able to get into my kick slide, all right? Patient, patient, patient.
Receivers, they like to run routes on air. They like to look pretty and stuff like that. I want guys that's willing to get dirty and do the hard stuff and willing to put their hands on players.
Hey, get real reps right here. You're running the football. You coming in, tackling the dive up. Hey, rip it out. Let's go, P. Here we go. That's it. That's it. Rip. There it is.
I really start like, you know, what kind of heart this person got. Like, it's effort. Like, is he going to give me everything he got every play? And I've seen a lot of guys that's not athletic overcome that, you know, those deficits because of the heart and effort they really put into it. I always tell them guys that sometimes, you know, you're going to get beat. It's part of it.
Oh, you got to go faster. You got to speed up.
I just tell them guys, you got to beat me 10 out of 10 times before I believe that you're better than me.
Get it, go get it.
I coach a energetic group, so you have to have energy. Like, and my goal always is, I always tell them, don't let my energy be more than your energy.
Yo, sir, yeah! Let's go! Let's go!
I'm gonna have some energy, so I'm gonna be excited about something, good or bad.
Go see him! Go see him! Oh! Oh! Let's go! Turn on! Let's go! Big win! Big win!
I'm gonna show up every day. This is the best day because it's the only day I got.
Square up, square up, square up, square up. Boom.
I played college football in my senior season. Got hurt. I ended up tearing my ACL like in my 4th game. I didn't know that, you know, that game that I played in, that I tore my ACL, I didn't know that was gonna be my last play. So I just try to always encourage my guys, like, max out the moment that guys give you because that's the most important moment that you got.
Love it, Zach. Yes, sir, gotta love it.
One of the greatest things is the opportunity to freely coach the way that I think that every coach should, and that's to talk to these guys about eternal purpose. And so I'm most excited that I can talk to my guys about Christ and talk to them about, you know, what it's like to be a husband, what it's like to be a dad. It's great to know that you got a university backing you, that if you are talking about that you're standing on a great foundation, because this game is one of the great opportunities to preach life to our players.
My guy, get better there, you hear me? Love you, man. Yep, let's go, let's go.
I love Coach Waites. We actually had him on the Flame Central podcast a couple of weeks ago. Great guy. Check out that conversation if you want to learn more about him. All right, Time for Warm, Hot, and Fuego. Top player moment in Liberty Athletics over the past week. Rhett, I know that there's not as many sports taking place, right? We're starting to kind of narrow it down here as we come down the home stretch. But you had some great candidates this week.
Yeah, a lot of options. I actually have an honorable mention this week, and that was Kane Kepley.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, that home run,
great
stealing
catch.
grab.
Yep.
Oh, beauty. But I'm actually going to go to his pitcher in that
game. Oh, really?
game.
Okay.
Yeah. Trey Cooper, just his start in that game, it was near perfection. Now, he is from Randleman, North Carolina, okay?
Yeah.
Small little town south of Greensboro. It's actually home of, like, Richard Petty, the NASCAR legend.
Really?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, how about that? That's a good little tidbit. I might have to use that on a broadcast sometime. Thank you, Rhett.
Yeah,
you're my go-to source.
You're welcome. But Trey Cooper here, 3 innings pitched, 2 Ks. He just kept them quiet against the UVA team that we saw here at Liberty earlier this season.
Very good.
They've got some lively bats, right? So great job by him coming in. It had, his ERA in the season north of 4. So for him to come in and throw 3 perfect innings, I think was a great start for Liberty and really kept them in that game as long as they were able to do. Now, I'm going to be the voice of reason here a little bit. All right? I feel like the winds of change are coming around Liberty baseball.
You're feeling it.
I really do. They've won their last 3 series.
Right.
I think that's big. Everybody wants to see a sweep. I think that's going to come here soon enough. But you've had some games, you beat Tech. Right. You're really close against UVA. You had a really good contest against Wake Forest as well. So I feel optimistic.
They're moving in the right direction.
I do. I really do.
What do they always say? You don't want to peak too early.
That's right.
You want to play your best ball at the end?
Yes.
Maybe that's happening.
Could
for
be
Liberty.
the perfect
we hope
time.
so. All right, from warm, we go to hot. Who's your choice here?
Rachel Crane. She's from Middletown, Delaware. You ever heard of the movie Dead Poets Society?
I have heard of it.
Actually filmed there.
Is that right?
Yeah, it had
Now I
Robin
should
Williams
watch
in it.
Yeah,
I know,
who knew?
exactly. Gives you a great thing to do this weekend,
There you go.
outside
I
of
have no plans.
watching Flame Central. Hey, this young lady hit 143 last year. Come into this game, she has turned in one of the better hitters, second on the team in average, and that huge hit to give Liberty the win over Clemson. Couldn't be happier for her. She actually said to Coach Dott, I don't hit. I just play defense. That's all I do. Yeah, this year, loves hitting, and you can see it, just how pumped she was. She's a gamer. Like, you want gamers, her, Devin Howard, they just have that ability to turn up clutch. Good for her.
Yeah, huge win. And now we're starting to think maybe, is it at large possible?
I know, right? I'm with you.
Possible for Liberty with some of the wins they've had. It'll be fun to see down the stretch. All right, finally in Fuego, top honors go to who?
It's Jonathan Yon and Isaac Simmons. Those two guys through the first couple of days of ASUN tournament play, oh my goodness, they were just dominant. And so you look at it, Yon, 18 under par, medalist honors, lowest individual 54 hole score. So that's a program record, okay? Simmons, he finished 15 under, 4th. Colander, got to throw him in there as well. He finished 5th, 14 under. As a team, they propelled LU 53 under par, new program record for a 54-hole event. These guys are just swinging some sweet sticks. It was great.
Some said maybe this wasn't as good as some teams have been in Liberty Golf recently. Well, throw that out the window. They were
solid.
dominant. Yeah, Rhett, great job. Thanks so much. All right, hey, still to come. Liberty football took part in a unique competition and some big news here at Flame Central. You're going to want to see this. Don't go in.
A college degree is more than a diploma. It's taking control of your future and finding that next step. At Liberty University, we not only care about your career, we also care about your calling. And we want to help you learn, develop, and grow so you can make an impact as a champion for Christ. Over 600 online programs, one you, infinite possibilities.
Does education mean a room with 4 walls, a desk, and a PowerPoint lecture?
Or is it something bigger?
What if it's the people beside you, 1 chair away or 1 ocean away?
What if it's the chance to learn from your mistakes, as well as your victories?
And the push to keep going either way.
What if it's the freedom to reach for bigger things without missing the little ones in between?
For each of us, education looks a bit different.
Because we're each a bit different.
But at Liberty, we think education might just mean something big enough for all of us.
That's Liberty to us.
What will Liberty be to you?
Hey, welcome back to the show. Last week we told you all about Liberty football's spring game, but as it turns out, the most intense competition came after the spring game ended.
Yeah, it's something they call the Dog Patch Olympics, and it looks like it was a hit with the players. Take a peek.
Here's what we're going to do. We're going to have a little fun. We'll have fun, but I want you to compete among each other. Let's see who comes out the winner. Understood?
Some nice dunks in there. Hey, you saw a pancake eating competition as part of the challenge. Little known fact, you and I, live during a baseball game, had a pancake eating competition.
Yeah, it might have been the low point of both our careers. All right, hey, before we go, we need to address the elephant in the room here. People have been asking, where is Emily? And while I know many of you assumed that we just let her go, that's actually not the case. What happened was Emily got married. How about that? She beat the odds. Congrats to her and new husband, Jason. We're told she's supposed to be back next week. We shall see. Some of us are a little skeptical, but we're all thrilled for her and certainly wish her nothing but the best, don't we, Ryan?
Yeah, beautiful bride. Great to see. Hey, make sure you check out libertyflamecentral.com. All our stories are there.
That's right. And the Flame Central podcast, powered by Alcova Mortgage. Check it out. Great conversation with Scott Jackson this week. He's Rhett McGibbon. I'm Matt Warner. Thanks for watching. We'll see you right back here next time.